I was talking to this old retired bodybuilder at the gym, and he was like 76 years old, and he looked absolutely phenomenal. Like, I'm talking bicep veins, he was fucking lean. Like, he was absolutely jacked at 76, right? He had white hair and everything. Now, we got to talking a little bit. Like, obviously, I see him around all the time. He said something that really, really stuck with me and that I've been thinking about quite a lot. We were just talking about like the state of people and like the fitness, the state of people and their fitness levels. He sort of just like looked around the room and sort of just like scanned everyone there. He said, some people, no matter what they do, will never be in shape. Some people, no matter what they do, they'll never be in shape. Now, this is exactly why it struck me so hard when it did. And it's because just like 2 minutes before he said this, or like a minute or whatever, he actually complimented me on my physique. He said, I have a great frame, big, broad shoulders, big back, a really good chest and everything. He was complimenting my physique and he was like, yo, you have a lot of potential. You could do, you could go into like, bodybuilding or something. You have a lot of potential. This is your 20s, this is your time to be like building your physique, etc., etc. And it's so weird to think because he doesn't know about my past. I didn't actually tell him about my past, right? He doesn't know that I've been overweight literally my entire life. He doesn't know that losing weight was pretty much a struggle for me ever since like the age of like 12 or 13 when I got fat in the first place. And it's so interesting to me because if he would have saw me the first time I went into the gym looking like how I was at 93 kilograms, super overweight, didn't know what the fuck I was doing, he would have thought to himself, yeah, he's never going to lose the weight. Some people just aren't meant to be fit. Some people just cannot lose weight no matter what they do, right? He would have thought that to himself. But now, looking at me right now, after becoming the person that I've become, after putting in all this effort, all this fucking grind into the gym, into changing myself and to developing new habits, developing a new mindset, most importantly. Now, looking at me now, he's complimenting me on a great frame and he's telling me that I've got, lots of potential to be building up to. Now, I sort of get where he's coming from, right? I don't agree with this statement, obviously. I believe that anyone can look amazing, can look insane if they put in the work and if they do the right things for a long enough time frame. But I get where he's coming from. To live your life one way and to know like one way of living, of being stuck with the same habits that you've probably developed throughout childhood, to be sort of entrenched in whatever beliefs and whatever perceptions that you think is true, but deep down knowing that you want to change. That is a feeling that I know all too well. Now, I'm pretty much should be the fucking spokesperson of the quote that anyone can change if they really want to. But the thing is, it takes a different type of fucking person to go through that, to actually change what they believe of themselves and their perception of themselves and remove all sort of limiting beliefs that they had. Like, for example, when I was fat, when I was overweight, I believed that that's just how I would always be. And and to give you a really good example of this, I had gyno, right? I was really, really insecure about my chest. I thought that was like my worst feature, right? And I thought that my chest would always just remain like that. Even though, even if I lost weight, even if I, trained bench press or like incline dumbbell press, I thought that my chest would just remain the same. But it wasn't until I saw that like first little bit of progress that, I lost some weight at least. And I saw like a tiny little change in my chest. That is what broke the limiting belief for me that I could never change, that my chest could never change. And so that sort of unlocked a whole new avenue or like a whole new door into my personal development story because it taught me that I can really do it. Like another key thing that I had to go through to sort of change myself and to sort of get into the journey of losing weight was genuinely not listening to certain people's limiting beliefs online. And this is exactly what I mean, right? It's back when I was fat, I always dreamed of like being at 10% body fat, of, do you know what, not even 10% body fat, of just having a fucking visible six pack. That's all I wanted, like pretty much my entire life. A visible six pack. Now, there are people, like I remember Greg Doucette was an insane example of this. He said, you'd probably never reach your dream physique, so aim halfway. If you want to get to 10% body fat, aim for 15% and be happy with yourself at 15%. On the surface, yeah, it sounds like good advice. It sounds like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. But those types of comments are more damaging to your belief system and to your weight loss journey than literally junk food or like calories or literally anything else that you could possibly do. That statement was fucking destructive because it kept me in this loop it kept me in this like belief loop that just made me think that I could never get to 10% body fat because this random influencer online, this was like a couple years ago, back when I was still really fat, but it's still going on very, very recently. So I saw a video where this guy, he posted his transformation from like 25% body fat all the way to 10% body fat, and he titled it like the ugly truth about getting to 10% body fat. And I was really, really shocked when I saw the comments. All the comments said something like 10% body fat is unattainable for most people. 10%, getting to 10% body fat is unrealistic, is unachievable for most people, is this, that. And most people should be happy if they get to 15% or if they get to 13 or at least 12. They can be really happy at 12%. And if I was still the fat me, I would have believed that and I would have been like, yeah, okay, do you know what? I'll just aim for 15%. But then I wouldn't have had that drive, that motivation, and I would have been just complacent at 15%. If I reached 15%, I would have just been complacent. I wouldn't have aimed higher. Like, let's be honest. If you're watching this video, you want to get down to 10% body fat. You want to have that clean-cut six-pack abs, right? And it shocked me, the people in these comments, is that really the level of their ambition, right? They might have spent their whole lives overweight and really wanting a six-pack. And then people in the comments are telling them, oh yeah, bro, you should just be happy with 15%, with 12%. When they really, deep down, they really want to get to 10%. Is that really the level of their ambition? Just fucking 15% body fat. How is that gonna get them out of bed into the gym on like a cold, hard, rainy day, even when they don't really feel like it? Oh yeah, I want to get to 15%. I want to see a faint outline of my abs. That's not what's gonna do it to them. And so don't bring the level of your ambition down to the level of these people in certain comments. And hopefully this can act as like sort of a mental reframing to you that you can get to 10% body, you can get to 12%, you can get that like super, super clean cut six pack that you've always wanted your entire life, no matter of your starting point. Because like, just fucking look at me, look at the thumbnail, look at the transformation in the thumbnail. Like, literally, if fucking I can do it, you can definitely do it. Now, this video was undoubtedly all over the place, but yeah. But as I put more and more of these out, I'll probably get a lot better at these and hopefully more entertaining and giving you guys more value. So there's that. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I will be posting daily. There will be like daily value on there. I'll be posting a bunch of shit on there. So do follow me down there. And also, a little side benefit, you can also message me with any problems that you're possibly having. But yeah, don't let anyone tell you or don't let yourself believe or fall into the trap that you can't get to the place where you really want to get to. That's been the whole message of this video. Peace.